The Houston Rockets are going to try to get Paul George, and they're going to go hard. So wait a second. Hold on. Wait. Time out. No. Hey. No. Time out. You're preferring Paul George over LeBron James? Now, don't get me wrong about Paul George. Alright, Paul George is a stud of a player. But yet, I'm trying to understand why would they want Paul George over LeBron James? This to me is just so confusing. I mean, okay. They first wanted to try to get Carmelo Anthony, and the Thunder are trying to part ways with Carmelo Anthony. And another thing, Paul George was right now in LA. So is Paul George really going to leave? No, he's not. And what I mean by leave, I meant not leaving the Lakers, well, in LA, because that's where he is right now. No, this guy wants to be a Los Angeles Laker. But let's be for real. I'm not saying Paul George is like a bad player and all that. We know this guy is a superstar. He's a stud. He's one of the candidates for a Defensive Player of the Year. Don't get me wrong. But why do you want Paul George over a guy who has gone to 8 straight NBA Finals? But there is some moments with Paul George. Who remembers the last game, the Utah game? The last Utah game they played. They were terrible. Terrible! And we also got that's the third meeting of the Golden State Warriors. He was once again terrible! So really, to me, at this point, I think Houston might be going gutsy. Because this is a guy who keeps talking about the Lakers. And when you got a guy that keeps talking about that one team, what are the odds that you're going to get him to come to your team if he keeps talking about the other team that you like so much and grew up watching and wanting to be a part of? So, I honestly don't know about this move by the Houston Rockets trying to get Paul George. I mean, that will help them beat the Warriors next time they run into them in the playoffs. Or, well, we don't know. Well, I can't make a prediction right now about the Rockets next year because we just... Yeah, you already know why. It's already too early. Way we're early. Free agency hasn't hit yet. But still, seeing Paul George in the Rockets uniform, I don't think it's going to happen. So really, they are preferring Paul George, though, over LeBron James. That's to me kind of... What? I'm trying to answer a question why. Just why. And how would it affect OKC? OKC's trying to part ways with Melo, or going to try to get rid of Melo by trading him or cutting him. So what would that mean? Oh crap! They're back to Russell Westbrook. And another thing that might happen is it can help like the Denver Nuggets. Wait, how can it help the Denver Nuggets? TGT take mode. They almost made the playoffs. And that would change everything. And yet they would probably be in a low seed or exact same seed with the Thunder. Maybe or maybe not. Another thing that would help that division, the Northwest division, is the Wolves. The Wolves should have been on third seed. This will help them at least win the division probably quicker if Paul George does leave to Houston. And that does help Portland and Utah to get the division title quicker, even though if Paul George does leave the Thunder, it's all going to come down to the Wolves, the Blazers, and the Jazz. Let's be for real. That's probably what's going to come down to next year if he leaves. But how will it affect Houston? Well, Houston, to me, if that does happen, they could be another number one seed. But yet, still, the problem is, why Paul George when you get someone named LeBron stinking James to a finals, are you telling me you don't want a guy who got you to the finals, got a team to a finals between Miami or Cavaliers? I don't care. A player who got to the finals 8 straight. You're telling me you'd rather have this guy who's never been to a finals over LeBron James? I guess that means I gotta do a redo of my team, the teams LeBron James should go to again, I guess, because I think LeBron's number one choice should be the Houston Rockets. I personally do believe that, but I guess I gotta rechange it once free agency starts. Come on, Tarek. Come on, dude. Come on, Tank. At the Blazers today. No, I'm not. Honestly, I wish we had Paul George, but still, I don't get why the Houston Rockets would want to get Paul George more than LeBron. I mean, I guess I got some low lights. Now, we remember this game, and Paul George was just, well, how do we say, only had 5 points. I'm not even kidding. He had 5 points in this entire game. So, but he did play great D, though. But is he a risk after what happened in OKC? Because to me, OKC could have ruined his career. But, yeah, they want Paul George over LeBron James. Which I kind of think that's kind of a joke. Like I said, I got nothing wrong with Paul George. It's just that, let's be for real, though. Who would you want, Paul George or LeBron James? Should I tell... Okay, do we have to make a debate about this? We're already having LeBron James or Michael Jordan. That's already enough of debate, okay? LeBron James should be a Rocket, and that's who the Rockets should go for, not Paul George. Because that part just doesn't make any sense. You're telling me you don't want a guy who has went to the finals 8 straight times and wants help to beat the Warriors, and you don't want him, but you want Paul George. Well, I guess this is your guys' time. Leave a comment down below. Hit that like button. Share with your friends. Tell me, will the Rockets, because, okay, I will be for real. The Rockets probably will be better with Paul George. But if you're the Rockets, you go after Paul George or LeBron James? Leave a comment down below. Share this with your friends. Hit that like button. This is TGTV Encode. And you can subscribe to me for more videos like this one. And once again, TGTV Tank Mode, signing off.